Hey everyone, this is Hungry Monster. There's no question that San Diego is home to some of the most authentic Mexican food, but which one's the best? Coming from the East Coast, I wanted to explore some of the most landmark Mexican spots that represent San Diego, from hole-in-the-wall restaurant like Las Cuatro Milpas to a more Americanized franchise, the taco stand. But all of them had one thing in common, that they made authentic tortilla and the dish is super simple. Let me know if I hit the right spots and which of these is your favorite. My first spot was Las Cuatro Milpas, a family-run shop near Chicano Park located south of downtown San Diego. This place has been open since the 1930s and is run by generations of the Estudillo family. They had over 4,000 reviews on Google and was definitely the first location I wanted to try. They usually have a very long line, although it does clear out pretty quickly. From the bustling kitchen where you can only hear Spanish, to the rather simple menu that you can only find in Mexico, and the super savory smell of the handmade tortilla, you're gonna feel like you're in Mexico the moment you enter here. Their signature menus seem to be the chorizo con huevos, a soup with rice, beans, eggs, and ground pork. We also got the pork burrito and pork tacos, as well as the tamales, all for just $29. Don't expect guacamole, chipotle cream, or cheese on your tacos here. All they're gonna have for you is some fresh cilantro and onions. Weirdly enough, there were plenty of empty seats. We got a table at the corner and started to dig in. I started off with the pork burrito, which was wrapped in a very soft tortilla. The reviews on this place were all about how authentic and chewy the tortilla was, and I agreed 100% that their tortilla is probably one of the best I've had. Where I'm from, the burrito shops only use factory-made tortilla, but here the handmade tortilla made a world of a difference. There was first a really authentic and soothing smell. The texture was perfect, with a perfect amount of chewiness and softness, where the tortilla breaks off really easily with your teeth. It almost reminded me of these stone oven cooked naan. Whereas for the tacos, the same tortilla is deep fried one at a time upon each order. Inside is slow cooked pork, which is sort of on the dry side, meaning it's not really watery. It's very lightly marinated and not really salty. It also comes with some lettuce, and you can add a bunch of cilantro and onions and some hot sauce. Next, I tried the chorizo con huevos. I honestly think I've never tried this dish ever in my life. It almost looked like a very thick soup of beans, rice, eggs, and ground pork. The soup had a very rich, I think, pork soup as a base. The pork, the beans, and the rice are all super soft. So it's as if you're eating a soup wrapped in tortilla. I'm only used to eating burritos or tacos, but all the Mexican families seem to be eating this dish. So I think I got the right dish. Lastly, we tried the tamales, which seemed to be pork wrapped in corn-based dough and cooked inside the corn leaves. Overall, this was a super authentic and unique experience for me. I was super impressed by the tortilla that I would otherwise have never been able to try. The chorizo was very authentic and very rich. The tacos and burrito were very simple. That being said, for those who are used to the Americanized way of tacos, it may feel a little bland, and I wish the restaurant could have been a touch cleaner. But all in all, this was an amazing experience for me, and I wanted to give this place 4 stars. Next, we came to the taco stand in the Convoy Asian district. This is a more Americanized, a little more modern taco franchise local to the Sandiego area. I went to their location at La Jolla and this time at the Convoy District, both of which were packed and you need to wait for a fairly long time to get your orders. This franchise was founded in 2013 by two food experts in the Tijuana border area and now has more than 10 locations. Because of this, despite its rather modern look, it's definitely authentic. They make their tortilla, guacamole, and salsa all from scratch. And I think by no means less authentic than Las Cuatro Milpas. It's just a different vibe. I like how they have a full stack of beers, Mexican beers. We ordered the carne asado, the al pastor, and the Baja fish tacos, and also a side of churros and corn on the cob. The place is so packed and the seating area is so small that it's not really a convenient place to eat. You just have to expect to eat in tight spaces. But I really liked the authentic Mexican music that resembled the Korean trot, a genre of adult music, or the Japanese enka. The staff were all very nice despite the rather busy environment. You can see the fresh made and fresh cut tortilla coming straight from the cutter right to the grill, which again convinced me that a good taco is all about the tortilla. We finally got our food after at least a good 20 minutes of waiting, but it was definitely worth the wait. Tacos first looked visually very appealing. Each taco had the appropriate sauce, either the guacamole or the cilantro sauce. The corn looked amazing with lots of Parmesan cheese and chili peppers. And the churros, I could already tell that it'll be super crunchy. I first took a bite out of the churros, which was freshly fried, crunchy on the outside, soft on the center, with a really savory coating of brown sugar that I could dip in a really addictive condensed milk sauce. The al pastor taco was my favorite, very well marinated, not super salty, had a little bit of a smoked scent, and cooked to the perfect moisture. I added some extra cilantro sauce and some salsa, and I could easily finish it in 3 bites. The carne asada was also very solid. The steak was pretty good quality. I notice a lot of times in some franchise taco places they use low quality meat and the meat is super chewy. This was not the case. The meat was really soft and had a really nice scent as if it was grilled on mesquite firewood. Then I tried the corn, which I thought was really interesting. It had a rather strong vinegary taste wrapped in Parmesan cheese and chili peppers. The Parmesan cheese had a really addicting scent and I could not stop eating this, although probably half of this is good portion for one person. Lastly, I tried the Baja fish tacos. I usually try to eat the Baja fish taco if they have one. I think this is a hard taco to make, and indeed it wasn't that impressive for me. It didn't smell much, but I thought the fish had too much batter and there was nothing extremely unique about this. All in all, this place was very impressive for me. It has a misleading look of a Americanized, inauthentic taco stand, but in fact it's quite authentic and possesses all the qualities of a true Mexican restaurant. And for this, I want to give this place a 4.5 stars. Our last stop was Las Brasas, a hole-in-the-wall, authentic Mexican shop near the international airport in the Mission Hill area. We're at the Dos Brasas Tacos. Gonna take something out to eat at the airport. Inside, there were some seats, but the atmosphere was okay. It's literally a place for you to just grab a burrito or some tacos. In terms of authenticity, I think this place falls somewhere in between Las Cuatro Milpas that I first showed and the taco stand. They seem to have some breakfast burrito that I would have gotten, but it was almost lunchtime, so I got the adobada burrito. I learned that adobada is essentially similar to al pastor, but more of a grilled style marinated pork. Gracias. So after checking in at the airport, I started my burrito before it got cold. It was very reasonably sized for its price of around $11. The most notable part about this burrito was that the tortilla was handmade and was of amazing quality. The adobada pork tasted amazing. The marination was great, but it was definitely a little salty for me. And while truly addictive in that sense, the level of saltiness felt a little unhealthy for me. But otherwise, the pork texture was harder than your carnitas, but still soft enough. Also characteristic of this burrito, and I think in general in Sandiego, is that the burritos don't have ton of toppings in it. It's just some authentic salsa and some cheese. This one didn't even have any beans or guacamole or any of the other veggies. All in all, it's a very reasonably priced meal that I will definitely get if I am in the area. I'd be curious to try their other menu, and I'd probably give this place a 4-star. So that concludes my 3-way comparison of the Sandiego Mexican food. There's really no better or worse. I thought each had their own unique style. I do think I will appreciate Las Cuatro Milpas much better if I had learned a little bit more about what true authentic Mexican food is. For my taste, the taco stand was definitely very approachable and something I would have on a regular basis. Las Brasas definitely felt authentic, and while I loved the burrito overall, it was just a little too salty, and I will probably want to try another kind of burrito there. I hope you enjoyed this video. If I missed a really good Mexican food, please leave a comment and stay tuned for my next episode on Sandiego food comparisons.